Hello and welcome back to Life in Recovery. So as it's the very beginning of July, that means it's time for me to film my June in review videos. This is June 2017, summed up using the categories of previous videos. So moving straight into my first category, which is word or quote of the month. The word of the month this time, no quote for this month, is hello. So, Hello, made infamous by Adele and Lionel Richie. I have been saying it to a lot of people this month for the first time. So June has been a very heavy month for meeting new people. And that's why really I feel it's the word that does sum up June best. It's always a very nerve-wracking but exciting time to be trying new things, meeting new people, starting new jobs, moving house. Those are always things that mean you encounter new people, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity to make new friends, find out a bit more about you, find out more about the world. And it's something that social anxiety is something that a lot of people have become more and more aware of, and it's been much more discussed, which I think is fantastic, because I actually think even the most extrovert of people, even the most confident of people, does at some points feel a little bit nervous going into a situation where you maybe don't know everybody or you don't really know what to expect. So I feel like saying hello to people, making that effort, shaking someone's hand, giving them a hug if it's appropriate, if you know them, that all means you're connecting to people, and a lot of the time you're going outside your comfort zone to make those connections, and they really can pay dividends. They can really reward you. So you're making new work connections or you're making new friends. It's a really good thing to try to approach people and build that relationship or those relationships. But it does sometimes feel uncomfortable and scary. But I think if you do take a deep breath, smile, look open, then people do react and respond in a really positive way. So I think that first step is going up and saying hello to somebody and introducing yourself. So that's been a big thing for June. So that's why my word of the month is hello. So second category is healthy meal or healthy food. And again, as in previous videos, I'm not talking about one specific food or meal that's healthy. I'm tried to think of what's really made a difference to me this month in terms of nutrition and what I've been eating. And really the key for me recently has been batch cooking. So that's my healthy meal or food. It's more of a practical thing. Batch cooking, it's so fantastic for making sure that if you're really hungry, you've had a long day at work, or you've been studying, or you've been out and about on a weekend, and you get home and you're starving. It's so easy for us now in kind of modern society to go out and get a takeaway or to order a food delivery, and really then you're not always aware of what you're eating and how healthy that food is and how nutritious that food is. So what I'd recommend is on a Sunday afternoon, spend a couple of hours making one or two very big meals and then portion them up, freeze some of them, put some in the fridge, eat one that night, and you'll be surprised by how much more simple your week gets. So as I said, I started a new job this week, and then I've had a couple of other things going on that have been kind of workish, and I've definitely found that as I said, on a Sunday afternoon, spending a couple of hours doing a big lasagna, or you do a big roast, or you cook a load of roasted vegetables, or you make a curry, or prep stuff for a salad. Those are all things that are easily portioned up. I mean, you name it, you can batch cook it. So even if you're cooking for just 1 or 2 or 3 of you, you can then double or treble those portions, make a shed load of that meal, and then just divide it up and freeze and refrigerate it. And then you really only need to make the the vegetable sides or the salad parts fresh, and you have a really healthy, nutritious, tasty, homemade meal in a matter of minutes, rather than having to slave for a good period of time in an evening, when you really, the last thing you feel like doing is making a meal from scratch. So that's my biggest thing, my healthiest meal or food is batch cooking. And if you'd be interested in me talking more about that, then let me know, or more about portion sizes or recipes, then do let me know in the comments. I'm very, very happy to take suggestions for more videos or more blog articles as well. So the third category is lesson of the month. So because I didn't have a quote of the month, this kind of actually meets both. So this is me quoting someone else, but it has really become the lesson of the month for me, and probably one of the lessons of my lifetime actually. So I recently met a very, very wise man, a very experienced man, and somebody who I definitely look up to and admire. And I was very lucky enough to have some one-to-one time with him. And he said something to me that definitely really resonated with me and has stayed with me since. And that is, there's no real neat way to put it, but you don't want to, essentially it's, you don't want to look back on your life and regret that you didn't really try for something that you really wanted. However small or however big that is, I think regrets are really sad. I think it's a destructive thing, having regrets, feeling like you wish something was a different way, or you wish you hadn't done that, or you had done that. So I think when I get to the end of my life, whenever that is, I never want to look back and think I didn't try and get to where I want to be, try and live the life I want to live, because I was scared, or I didn't think I was good enough, or I listened to people who said I couldn't do it, or it was too difficult. So really, this person was telling me exactly that. You want to do try, and even if you fail, at least you've tried. And I think for me that's such an important principle to live by, is identify what you want, identify what makes you happy, and then go for it. And if you don't quite get there, you can still say you've tried. So for me, thinking about my career, this really stemmed from thinking about my career and what I want to be doing for the rest of my life, or for a large portion of it. And it's, what I've decided I want to do at the moment is not very easy. It is quite an ask. It's not guaranteed, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. I mean, are there any guarantees in life is the question. So I think this should hopefully mean a lot to you watching as well, is go for it. Is essentially what he was saying, and that's how I want to live my life, is trying and hopefully getting there, but always knowing that I did try, and that I wasn't scared. I wasn't too scared to try. So I think that's the worst thing, is when you're too afraid to go for what you really want. So that's my lesson of the month. And then the fourth category is healthy thing to do. So my favourite healthy thing to do this month has been taking time out. So as I've already alluded to, it's been a very, very busy month, a very hectic month, a lot of chop and change, not a lot of routine. And coming off the back of exams and going straight into, you know, new things, taxing things, responsibilities, you know, a lot of change, that's tiring. So I made sure that I had a few days out a couple of weeks ago, went to the Cotswolds, which was lovely, and it was beautiful, beautiful weather, scorching hot. And that definitely, you know, taking those few days out really helped recharge my batteries and refresh me for my new challenge started this week. And I think that's really important, but for us all to remember is that it's not all about working, and it's not all about, you know, pushing ourselves really hard and struggling and battling through things. We've got to, you know, to be able to enjoy what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, we also have to take time out and, you know, sit and do nothing and have a coffee outside, reading a book or going for a walk or sitting by a river, you know, or just lying on the sofa watching trash TV. That's all taking time out, and it's really, really invaluable, and I highly recommend you doing it on a regular basis. And, you know, it sends yourself a really positive message, and sends, you know, all those good, those endorphins and those positive chemicals and hormones rushing around your body that are just, you know, are going to make sure that you stay healthy and happy in the long term. And then my final category is goal for the next month. And I'm afraid it's very boring. It's pretty much exactly the same as last month, which was exactly the same as the month before that, and so on and so forth. So it's just, again, really keeping that balance, making sure that I'm eating, sleeping, exercising okay, and staying healthy. I think that's my major concern while I'm working full time at the moment. You know, is to keep that balance, stay healthy, and you know, enjoy myself. So that is June 2017 in a nutshell. And I hope you've had a great June 2017. In England here we had a really beautiful, beautiful, it was quite a heat wave. Some people I think struggled in it, but we've had some beautiful weather, so hopefully you've enjoyed that where you are, whether you're in the UK or not. And do let me know, you know, how your June has been, and if you want to see anything more from me, anything specific, then please leave a comment or send me a tweet or an email. All the links are below. I do read them all and respond, and, you know, I love interacting with you. So until next time, bye bye.